protesters in the thick of this crisis. You won't believe the video and stories they are about to tell you. Teymour El Derini, Naguib Taraboulsi, and Karim Hefzy joins us on Skype from Cairo. Good evening, and Teymour, tell me, why do you want President Mubarak out?
Actually, it's a clarification. We're a youth movement, and I think the world just needs to sit down and realize what we've created in the last 10 days, no one has been able to do. We don't have a leader, as we were just youth who went down in the street. And we'd like to thank the elders, consisting of Amr Musa and Naguib Sawiris, who have taken things in their own hands and are having dialogue with the government. Today we heard earlier that they might have a solution. As the Constitution, it will take a long time to try to get what we're looking for. However, Mubarak in, Mubarak out is not really what we're looking for. We are just very excited about what we've been able to do, and in September that maybe we'll really have a true democracy in Egypt.
Naguib, what do you want to happen in Egypt?
I mean, change is definitely something that all Egyptians want at the moment. Whether it's Mr. Mubarak stepping down now or later, I think we've achieved so much in the last 10 days. We've been waiting for this for 30 years. People need new blood as part of the government. We've experienced a lot of unity among the rich, the poor, the Muslims, Christians, elders, youngers, as part of these protests. People helping with food and supplies, medical supplies. It's been unbelievable and surreal.
Karim, what would you say is the impression that the protesters have of the United States right now?
Well, the Egyptians in general don't like to take orders from anyone. They don't like foreign parties interfering with their country. This is a youth-dominated movement, and they would very much like America to stand by its backing of democratic movements and so on all around the world. And so they would like to see America supporting this youth movement. But what's very important is for the Americans to understand that this is our movement, the youth, and we do not want any of the political parties to hijack what we've been doing for their own agendas.
Karim, if the youth movement does, I mean, this is your movement, as you say, let's assume Mubarak leaves. Who do you want to run your country?
Well, I can't say today who I want to run my country. The problem is that the opposition parties have not participated in the political process for so long that I don't know anything about them. As the government needs to do a lot of reforms, we the people need to educate ourselves with the options that we have. I would like a good caretaker to take care of this transition period, and I would actually accept someone like the Vice President Omar Suleiman, because he would bring a lot of stability during this very critical phase. Because the last thing we want is chaos, and we wouldn't like somebody to come in and hijack what we've been doing and take control and go through the same thing again.
Teymour, listening to what Karim has to say, and we're talking about the Vice President has been close to the United States over the years. He has worked very closely in the war on terror and the head of your intelligence service. Is he someone that you think that most people would accept in the short runs to be the sort of the head of the country?
Definitely. We've had emergency law for 30 years. I don't think we've ever needed more than we need it today. There's a lot of fear created in the streets in Egypt of what's been going on. However, he's a man of intelligence. He's very well known around the world. He has great relationships. I really think he's the man who can take us forward in this transition.
And has great credibility as well.
Naguib, what is the view of President Obama on this among the protesters? If you can generalize about how the protesters feel about how President Obama is doing. Sorry,
could you just repeat your question again?
What do you, if it's possible, can you tell me generally what the protesters think of what President Obama's been doing so far or not doing?
I think having President Obama speaking about this and showing his attention to this problem is a good thing, but too much attention might be not the best move right now as well. Egypt want to be independent and have their independent choices at the end of the day. Any help that they can get is great, but they don't want anyone imposed upon themselves.
If I could comment,
Gentlemen,
I think.
go ahead.
Sorry. I think the American administration has been taken by surprise about what's happened in the last 10 days in Egypt. There has been mixed signals coming from the administration. First, they were hesitant to speak out, then they were pro the youth movement, and now they're, I think, hesitating again. They want a smooth, stable transition. So I don't really think that the Egyptians or the youth movement is very much interested in what President Obama thinks or what the administration thinks. But we would like them to support the democratic endeavors of the Egyptian youth at this time.
Gentlemen, thank you all, and I hope you'll join us again, and good luck to the three of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Greta.
Now, one thing is clear about Egypt tonight. No one is safe. Even journalists are now being attacked. Our